listening to the Hollywood Boulevard podcast.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the first ever Hollywood Boulevard vidcast. It's not a podcast, it's a vidcast, and it's going to be the first start of many episodes that we're going to start bringing to you every week, hopefully, at least once a week, to you guys, and I am really super excited. I'm going to be talking about the Law & Order premiere event from SVU, Law & Order, and Organized Crime. So if you can see all of them in the background, all of them, it was quite a crazy time. So anyway, we're gonna talk about that. But first off, if you like this show, please hit the like. Also, subscribe if you can, and check us out and tell us what you guys think. Leave comments below. Click the notification to get the bell to get more stuff there. So you're gonna hear more of that kind of stuff coming for these episodes. So please, for the love of God, if you like this video, please smash the like button. All right, so here we go. The Law & Order premiere event. I was not sure how I was going to feel about this, honestly. They say this is the first time ever. It's the first time ever for Law & Order. It isn't like the first time ever, period, because if you think about DC did a lot of those things like Supergirl, and all of them were like crossovering on each episode. It'll be like part 1, part 2, part 3. So this isn't, and I think even all the other Chicago. So I'm guessing they're saying for the first time ever on Law & Order. And they have had crossovers where Olivia would go see, go into Organized Crime, or Stabler would go on SVU, type things. But they never had one where all three shows kind of geared up together. And I'm kind of a little disappointed because of one thing. So Organized Crime was up first, it said. So I'm guessing that's going to be the new order of the movies or the shows. So each show will come out like Organized Crime comes out, then SVU, then Law & Order, and before it was Law & Order, SVU, Organized Crime, and Organized Crime's the more grittier, more dangerous one, I thought, and I was like, why is that first? And it didn't even feel like Organized Crime. It felt more like Law & Order. It started off with like the Law & Order detective, and everything, and his case stuff. Stabler got brought in, and it ended sort of with Organized Crime, but it really didn't feel like Organized Crime was the first one. So I don't know. All in all, though, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was interesting, the different stuff, and it was cool that I actually cared about the CI that was working with Stabler. I liked him. I thought he was one of my favorite characters, and I was like, oh shit, he died. Oh, spoiler alert! If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's on Peacock, where you can watch all of the episodes. If you have seen it, then continue watching. If you haven't seen it and you still want to continue watching, feel free. But yeah, like the CI died. There were some real setups. Like it got me a little worried too, because Rollins was in the hospital, and I was worried about that shit, because I know unfortunately they're letting her go, I think at the end of this season or sometime in this season. So I'm a little worried because I really like her. I'm not gonna lie, I did not like her for a long time. Her character kind of grew on me throughout years, and then I started really loving her and stuff. So I just I was kind of bummed out about that. There was a few things, like I did like that it did involve all three things like, there was a guy who murdered somebody, so there's a murder investigation, murder girl, and she happened to be a sex trafficked girl, so they brought in SVU, and then there's stuff about bombs, so of course organized crime's going to be involved too. I'm surprised they don't have like a bomb squad show, Law and Order Bomb Squad. Maybe that'll be one of their next ones. I know they're maybe thinking of doing one other one because they did sort of a event once. They had like a guy come in that was part of a unit that seems like it'll be a Law and Order at some point. They got so much going for them. Like in 3 episodes, a lot happened, and I was pretty impressed. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. I thought I would. I was hoping I would. Now, there's 2 big things with the regular Law and Order. Last season was people kept complaining that it was getting very woke and that it was very political, which Law and Order's always been political. But the problem now is like politics have been really divided for a while, and people just do not like seeing. I think that's even why like Law and Order for a while was gone, because I mean the politics just wouldn't work. Like in 2000s, whatever, 17, 18, whatever. So anyway, I was very shocked that they kind of first of all, got rid of Anthony Anderson. I don't know. I've heard that in the next episode, which will be out today because this comes out on Thursday, we'll explain more about what happened to Anthony Anderson's character, the detective there. The new detective, I'm like, and the new detective is just so far okay. Like I like him. I like the chemistry the two guys got. I like Jeffrey Donovan. He kind of reminds me of a Stabler. So when it was like Stabler and Stabler like butting heads, which was pretty cool. Yeah, these 2 guys right here. And then the detective there, the new detective. I mean, I liked him, and I like him in everything I've seen him in, but it's just like, yeah. And I'm kind of getting disappointed with Ice-T. Finn is just such a crappy role now. I don't know if he's been asking to do that or if he's just sort of like, okay, like I feel like he's just been on desk duty or something and everything. I mean, I don't know why they're getting rid of Rollins and not getting rid of Finn. I know that sounds like a terrible thing, and like I really don't. I would really like them to hype up Ice-T some more or get rid of him, because like he's kind of taking up space, I think, for somebody else that would do it, because I love Ice-T. Don't get me wrong, I buy all the movies with Ice-T in it, and I love him as Finn, but these last couple years he's just been really like slacking, and I don't know if it's his character, like just the way they've been writing him, or it's just him in general, like not just phoning it in, but it does not feel like the old days where he used to rock the SVU. I mean, I think it's also gets a matter of like people are tired. Like some people want to move on from a job like that. They want to go do another movie or a TV show, and they can't because they're stuck with this gig. And when they get out of their contract, they'll finally leave or whatever. I don't think Mariska Hargitay is going to ever leave. She's kind of been branded into that role forever. Stabler's going to continue staying on organized crime. Maybe there'll be a love thing. That's going to be my hope, is that eventually it's like a will they, won't they kind of thing, and maybe they will eventually. If they don't, they don't. I mean, I'm not too crazy about that. But anyway, like I said, all in all, this movie the show, all 3 of them, all 3 episodes were fun. If you watch them on Peacock, which I had to because I had them saved on my satellite, but unfortunately SVU only had like 7 minutes. It was like a partial, so I'm guessing there was some interference, like rain or something. So I had to go on Peacock, which thankfully I have, and checked it out and watched it. But they tell you beforehand, you got to make sure you watch the first one if you haven't, haven't seen it, or go see the second one, and it's a three-parter. You don't want to start with the second or third episode because you'll be very confused, which you will, because there's a lot that happens involving a bomber who's also an assassin, who's also just a d-bag. There's a guy who apparently knows Putin, which once again that's very political, but people don't care about that. I don't think anybody was complaining about the Putin stuff because that just was sort of where we are right now. There's gonna be stuff about Ukraine. There's gonna be stuff about Russia. There's Russia is our is supposedly our like I'm gonna say it, but it's like our enemy. All this stuff. So there's gonna be things about Russia and China and all these different things. They don't talk about the COVID mask. They've got rid of all that. They don't talk about COVID at all, I don't think, anymore. At least they didn't in this episode. So I'm hoping they continue to not do that, because it's just sort of like I think a lot of times we keep feeling like we're going backwards with television and stuff. And this show has always sort of moved forward and continued to go, which I always like it, because I don't know when they film it, but they have to film it like at least a month in advance, if not more, just to get all the editing and all that other stuff finished. So it's not like they could do it in one freaking week and be, exactly right. So, so you don't know how the world's going to be in like 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, but they seem to be pretty relevant and pretty topical. So I'm very happy about that. I didn't mind all of that stuff, and it would have been kind of cool if they had, the different stories and different stuff in one episode each, but it was cool. Like I like it being done. I'm wondering if one day somebody's going to make 3 TV shows and have it like that every week. That like every week is 3 episodes of like 3 shows, making up like basically one extraordinary event every week. That would be a lot of money, but if somebody did that, I guarantee you it would get a lot of attention and stuff. So I liked it. I am excited for every one of these episodes. I can't wait to watch the rest. I might do some more reviews. I'm not going to do a review every week because that's too much. I've already got a million things to do. But I will do more reviews. If there's like a specific episode that really, really got me, I might do like a review of that. So if I had to rate this review, I would give it 4.5 stars. So yeah, 4.5 stars. I really, like I said, all 3 of these episodes were fantastic. I mean, I would give it a 5-star, but like it wasn't perfect. I mean, there were issues. Like, I mean, you can't just replace Anthony Anderson and not explain what's going on with him. Like, and then make us like the people who don't have a clue what's going on. I didn't even know he was gone. I don't know if he's coming back. He probably will. I think he said something about taking some time off for now. And that's great. Like, look, I'm all for that. But like, if you're going to kind of get rid of somebody, explain why in the first episode. Like, I got very confused as to why Jeffrey Donovan had a different partner, now. And I miss Anthony Anderson. I like him, but I think it was just time for him to move on and stuff and try to go back into films. It was really fun seeing him in like the Scream movies and stuff like that. So I really hope he gets back into some comedies because he's really, really good at that. But yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say about this. I will just mention that like just join us. I won't have a specific day. It'll just kind of pop up. So if you subscribe, you'll see what my next things are. And I'll probably, if you go to my Facebook, I have a Facebook, Hollywood Boulevard Podcast. I think I do have a Instagram, and I gotta start using it. And I've got I don't think I have a Twitter, so I don't have Twitter, but I've got all the other ones. So Instagram and Facebook, check those out. There'll be information about the stuff that's coming up and everything, and whatnot. And there you can go. Until then, thank you guys so much for checking us out. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Talk to you later. Bye.
You're listening to the Hollywood Boulevard Podcast.